today we are doing a really fun DIY behavioral chart. I have Natalia on my channel and I'm very excited. She is my cousin and she actually has a channel on YouTube called The Johnson Fam where they daily vlog and do really fun stuff. So you guys should definitely go check her out. I'll have her link down below. But yeah, we are doing this behavioral chart that we've been talking about now for like months, I feel like.
We've been prepping for this for a little while.
Yeah, so we're really excited because we went shopping and we've kind of been talking about how we want to incorporate this into our families, how it might be a little bit different because she has 2 girls and I just have 1 boy who we'll be incorporating this with. And I think it's gonna be really fun. What we like about it is that it's really visual for the kids. So the way it works is first you have sort of a rule board. I went ahead and did mine as like a chalkboard and it doesn't look perfect whatsoever. I was a little nervous about writing it out. But what's cool is that she actually did hers different. So if you're like me and you don't really like your handwriting, you might like what she ended up doing.
Yes, I do not have the best writing. It kind of looks just not great. So I decided that I was gonna just get a picture frame and I have the picture of my rules. So I just had it printed and all my rules will be hanging.
So we'll show you kind of what we ended up choosing for our do's and don'ts. On mine, which you can do yours totally different depending on like the things that you're working on with your kids, use our manners as something that we do. So that's always saying please and thank yous and sorries and things like that. Ask permission because I think a lot of the time kids just go outside and they don't ask permission, so it's something to just remind them of. Always share, which is something that we're always practicing in my house with little kids.
Especially with siblings too.
Yes, with siblings and especially because her kids come over all the time and it's just a constant reminder like we need to share. Being kind, I think this is obviously very important and just really like a good reminder. Use our words, which I think this is something that she really wanted to more incorporate for her girls.
Yeah, definitely. Instead of whining to get something or just crying, we don't know what they want, they're just crying, so we always tell them to use their words so that we can help them figure out what they need.
And then this was a good one. It says take care of others before ourselves. I think it's just a good reminder to not be selfish and not just think about yourself. And then last but not least, which is just listen. Listen to your parents. And I think those are all just like really good, very simple we-dos.
For the don'ts, talk back. So we don't talk back. It's really important for my older one because she likes to talk back and she thinks she knows everything. So that's a good reminder for her not to talk back to us. Hit, and I think that's a good one for all kids because it's just kind of instinct when you don't get your way or you're fighting to like automatically hit. Use bad words. Our kids are both small and we talked about, you know, they don't really know bad words yet, but for them, you know, like bad words are saying like stupid or shut up, you know, like just not nice words, I think. Yeah, it would maybe hurt someone else's feelings. And then as they get older, we can incorporate it in a different way when they do know bad words. There you go. Throw fits. That one might change when they get older, hopefully.
Yeah, I would think so.
But as little ones, you know, throwing themselves on the floor, screaming, slamming doors, all those kind of things. Run away. That one was a good one for me because I feel like a lot of the time if I'm trying to tell them something to do, they'll just run away so that they don't have to listen to it.
I feel like this is something that Ollie's just started doing too, where I'm like, oh, Ollie, and then he just runs because he's like, if I just get out of the room, maybe she won't see me.
And last one is whine, and that happens a lot in my house of girls. There's a lot of whining going on, so we're definitely working on that one.
Yeah, so it's just really good reminders for our kids. And then my behavioral chart is actually gonna be going into the playroom. So what we did is I actually found this really cute sort of picture from Hobby Lobby that says, and above all, love one another deeply from the heart. And that's from 1 Peter 1:22. And I love it because I feel like you have all your rules and it's blah, 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 and then it's just above all, just love each other. Like that's all it really is about, is just care about each other. And then she incorporated a different Bible verse.
Here, it's like a little plaque I'm gonna just put next to some things. And it says, let all that you do be done in love. And that's 1 Corinthians 16:14. Same kind of concept of just, you know, with everything, with all of these things, do it with love.
I think this is just something that we wanted to do with ours. We wanted to incorporate Bible verses. So the next part of this board, we both did a little bit differently. So what I chose to do is next to my rule board, this will be hanging, and in the basket we'll actually have our behavioral cards. Mine's gonna sort of sit like this, and then you are doing something different.
Since I have 2 sets that I have to do, I'm gonna hang them side by side.
I just need one, so mine's just gonna sit in here, and then up here is a small chalkboard where I can either put a possible prize they might win, or maybe I'll just do like a picture of him, or like his name or something like that. So the cards are sort of a big part of your behavioral board. The way we chose to do it is green is basically the start of your day. So on here, we actually put a little white sticker, and then we laminated them so that way it was easy to write on with a dry erase marker. That way we can change our consequences or whatever we're choosing to write on them really easily just by wiping them off. So they start out with a green card, which is just a start of the day. It's a fresh green, right? And as they move along, if they have issue, they move
to yellow, which is a warning.
What's gonna happen next? Now they're on orange, which is time out. Yeah. Now so timeout can be different lengths for each child. Then we're gonna move on to red, which is they're going to lose a privilege. And again, this is gonna also depend on whatever age your child is.
Yeah, I think a big one is time on their iPad or on the phone or watching TV.
Maybe they don't get a dessert or a cookie. Anything that could be a privilege to your child, you're gonna actually end up removing that. So if they're on red, it's not fun. But if they go to this card, this means they're going to go to bed early.
Early bedtime if you get to black. So whatever time your child goes to bed, usually like I'll probably just do like 30 minutes before that.
And then if they don't end up having to see any of these cards throughout the day, they get to, at the end of the day, flip their card over to blue, which is just a good day. They had a good day, they didn't do anything wrong, and I have a feeling that we're probably not gonna see this card for a little while.
Yes.
Because all of our kids get warnings. But, you know, I guess it's also, we're the parents and we can always decide, okay, you did get a warning, but you did really good throughout that day, so we're gonna go ahead and flip your card to the good day. Obviously, you're the parent, you can decide whatever you wanna do for your kid. The next part of this behavioral chart, which is probably our favorite, is it's basically a shelf, and inside the shelf is going to be jars. So for me, I chose these jars, and basically the jar will consist of one for Ollie. He'll have like his name on it, and the other will have the marbles. We chose to do poof balls, which we may end up changing, especially because the size is a little bit bigger than I think we're gonna want. This is another visual reminder. Every time they do something good or you wanna reward them for something, you just go ahead and plop their ball right into their jar. And then the point of this is that they get to save up their balls, and if they reach their limit, whatever it is, then they will be able to go down and get a prize. So maybe they're saving up for a special toy, or maybe they really want a piece of candy, whatever it is. And then to help my little piece look a little bit more full, I went ahead and just chose to place this little picture frame in here that says, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine," which is just like a cute little saying. And it just goes right in here, and it'll hang on the wall, and I think it just kind of fills it out. Now Natalia did hers a little bit different, so I'll let her show you.
All right, so since I have 2 kids I'm gonna be incorporating this with, I had to get 2 jars. So I got a little bit smaller so that they would fit. So one will say Olivia and one will say Peyton, and they'll each have their jars to fill. And I have this one filled with their little poofs. They're gonna be hiding behind this little scripture. That way they can't sneak any of them, and we'll be able to like make sure.
Yeah, I think this is good too because it kind of hides the full jar, so it's not confusing to know like which one's their full one and which one's the empty one. So yeah. I really like that she was able to kind of hide hers.
This right here is where we're gonna be hanging their behavior cards. So I'll just hang one for Olivia and one for Peyton, and they'll be able to flip their cards so that they'll know which which card they're on. So at the end of the day, if they do stay on their green card and they can flip it to blue, which means a good day all day, not having to go to warning or timeouts or anything, then they get bonus poof balls. So then we can put in 3 extra ones. So that'll just be like a little added bonus incentive for them to have a good day all day.
I think as parents, a lot of the time we end up saying a lot of like no's, or we discourage a lot. And what I want to do with this is actually encourage more. So really pointing out the good things that he's doing and saying like, wow, that was so nice of you, that was so good. Let's go ahead and put a poof ball in your jar. I do think that they need to be like working hard to get it to full. I think I just really want to be the type of parent that's like encouraging more than discouraging. And so I think this is a really good reminder for not only the kids, but for us to encourage. But we are both like super excited to hang this up and get it on our walls and kind of start incorporating it into our families. I think this will be really good for Oliver because obviously he already has his normal discipline, which we will still continue to do. But I think this is just a really good visual for him to see the things he's doing good and seeing when he's on warnings or on whatever consequence he's on. And I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good to incorporate. Another thing that I thought was kind of cool that we talked about was not taking away the poof balls that they earn. So if they do something good and they earn something, we're not gonna take that away with bad behavior. There'll be a different consequence.
Yes.
And I feel like that will be.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that just because you did something bad doesn't take away the good thing that you did. So we want to know from you guys is if you make these, we want to see pictures of them. And I also want to know if this is something that you're interested in, if you'd like to an update later after we have incorporated to see how we're working it. Maybe we've changed our rules or the way we've done it. So let me know if you guys want to see, you know, how we end up incorporating it. But make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We had so much fun doing this. It kind of brought out a little more creative sides to us, and we really enjoyed it. Make sure you go subscribe to Natalia's channel, The Johnson Fam. Again, I'll have it linked down below. And we'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!